So in this song, I'm going to give you a quick rundown on how I play Tom Sawyer. I am in a Rush tribute band out here in Chicago called Animation, a tribute to Rush. I play here and there in the Northeast Illinois area, Northwest Indiana, and in Wisconsin. So come check us out if you happen to be out in the area. This song, Tom Sawyer obviously is one of the biggest songs. I think it might actually be the biggest song that they have had out there. I don't think it's number one though on their top 40 list. I think that title, believe it or not, goes to New World Man. But Tom Sawyer is probably the most recognizable song even to the average listener. They probably have heard it somewhere. But this song has got a darker sound to it. The VHT Special 6 definitely does that. In fact, I think the whole album has got a very much darker-ish sound. I don't mean darker necessarily in a negative way. It's just got a darker feel to it as far as the tones that he had in that song. He used the high watt D105. It's more of a modded up D103 that he used. I've tried the D103s on this profiler and I just can't get it to sound right. For some reason, this VHT Special 6 seems to work for me. So I do have another video where I show how I set this up, so go check that out. In this song, the effects are fairly straight ahead for what he used at the time. He did use the chorus C. Well, I'm using the chorus CE2. I think he had the CE2. He may have the CE1. I don't know which one. Some of you guys may have a better idea on that, but I know he had a chorus effect that he used in there. He had some sort of overdrive distortion. I know he used MXRs. I don't know what else he may have used on the recording. I use a little bit of a delay in the solo, and I also have a real little bit of reverb, so it's not really a ton. It's more about the chorus and getting that sound. What I'm going to do though is I'm going to shut all those off, and the effects off at least, and kind of clean up the tone here, and I'm going to show you, give you a little rundown on how I use it, and we're going to do a little bit of a close-up. Stay tuned. The song starts out, of course, with the effects and everything, so I'm just going to go through each part through the song. Starts out with a standard E major bar chord. So if you don't know how to do this bar chord, we are barring with the ring finger on the second, third, and fourth strings right here on the 9th fret, and then the pointer finger sitting there on the 7th fret on the A string, or that 5th string, and I am using the low E, where we hit the low E first, and then you hit that chord right there. Next we're going to do this chord right here, which I'm not really sure exactly what it's called. I think it's an E over D sus, but I really don't even know. What we're doing here is we're putting the pointer finger on the 5th fret, 2nd string. These other three are going to be all on the 7th fret, little finger on the G string, ring finger on the D string, middle finger on the A string, just like that, still using the low E string. So it sounds just like that. This chord here is called an A sus2, sus4. He uses this chord a lot. I've used this song and I've used this chord in several of his songs. Again, we're going to pick on the low E and strum the rest of that chord. So this chord is where the little finger and the ring finger are on the 3rd fret, 1st string, 2nd string, middle finger's on the 2nd fret, G string, pointer finger's on the 2nd fret on the D string, and an open A. And we're going to pick that low E like that. And strum out the whole chord. And then he does this right here, this I think D over C sus, I'm not really sure. It looks the same as that second chord I showed. It looks exactly the same. Actually, it's just going to go 2 frets down. So the pointer finger's on the 3rd fret B string, and then the little, ring, and middle finger are all going to be on the 5th fret. Little finger's on the G string, the ring finger's on the D string, and the middle finger is on the A string. Again, low E. Kind of lovely sounding chord, but it works. And then he goes back to it, and we're going to do a little extra snazzy stuff right here. So you just take this little finger, you're playing a sus chord right here on the 10th fret on the B string. So and then we go back to this second chord. This was a little tricky where you got to swap. You bring the little finger over on the B string on the 7th fret, and the pointer finger moves up on the 5th fret G string. Just like that. So it goes like this. Then we go to this A sus2 sus4 chord again, but this time we're going to hit the A string. And watch how this goes. You're going to have to keep that pointer finger sort of bent there to play that E. So G, F sharp, E. So that part there, that E, so it's how he does it. And then after that we do this C sus chord, which is a C chord, just like this one here. Middle finger on the 3rd fret A string, pointer fingers on the 2nd fret D string. We're going to have an open G, and then these 2 fingers, a little one here is on the 1st string 3rd fret, ring fingers on the 2nd 3rd string. Alright, so we're going to keep those high 3 strings, actually bassline is going to follow the C, B, A, B to the G. So, but you're hitting all 6 strings. These 2 stay there that whole sequence, as well as the open G. Alright, now this next part, I'm going to show both sides. I'm going to first show the left hand, and I'll show you the right hand. On the left hand, this sound looks like this. So you're just following along. Now these 2 fingers are going to stay there through the entire sequence. The little finger is on the 4th fret on the G string. Pointer finger is on the 2nd fret on the D string. So those are going to stay there, and these 2 fingers here are going to be doing the moving. So we're going to start with an open E. Alright, it's low E. Then I skip the A and go pick the D and G string. So that low note's the one that's going to change, all right? But these 2, which are the middle 2 strings, are always going to be picked. All right, let's go back to the left hand. We're going to go from the low E, and we got to get that middle finger on that 2nd fret on the low E string. It's going to be kind of difficult if you're used to it, so you're going to have to work at it. So it's going to go, and then the ring finger takes this G note. Open A, and then low E again, and then the middle finger goes on the 3rd fret right here on the A string, which is the C note, and then the middle finger takes the 2nd fret, which is the B note, and then to the open A. So. right hand. The next part is just some power chords. The world is the world. That's a B bar chord right there. Play it just like the way we did the E. And we play an A. And then you hold that A, just press the middle finger on that G note here on the low E. Ugly sounding, but that's what he uses. So it's like, is the world is and far, B, back to B. There's that ugly G, A over G, and then back to A, and then E. Low E chord, low E string, and then you strike the chord. So then that sort of goes into today's Tom Sawyer, you know, blah, blah, blah. Then keyboard does its part, and then you're going to do this arpeggiation between just the E chord. These are just the power chords. This is an E power chord, and then this is an F sharp power chord, just like this right here. So the picking pattern is just... So this next part, which is this really cool riff, I play differently than Alex does. He doesn't use his little finger a lot, so he does most of this next riff on one string. I don't play it that way. I don't like move my hand around when I'm playing a riff. He doesn't use his little fingers, so the way I'm going to do it, he would never do. I like to keep my hand in the same position. I'm in the 4th position here, pointer finger over the 4th fret, middle 5th, ring 6th, little on 7th, and I slide little finger from the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, from the 6th fret to the 7th fret of the D string, and then the pointer finger. That's the first half. Second half starts the same way. Okay, and then we go here to little finger on the A string, and then on the low E string. So now, before I get to the solo, when he comes out of the solo, he also plays that riff. And then gets back into the song with the famous, the infamous drum solo where we all do our ear drums when we're in the audience. He also closes it like this. That's just A, B, D, E on those low 2 strings. We're back to playing just what we would do in the intro. Those are all the main parts of Tom Sawyer. Well, the solo, you know, is primarily in E major, so that's what we're going to show you here. The solo starts with one of these little, that's all done on the G string. I use the pointer finger 1st, 4th, 7th fret. I'm only picking on the first note, and then I just slide. So you got to make sure you do a really good slide so you can hear that, because you're not going to pick those other 2 notes. And then this next part is, and then on the G string, and then I jump up to the 9th fret, to the 12th fret. We join in with the band right here. Alright, so it's just that A, B note on the low E string, and then the D on the A string. Okay, so that's just 5th fret, 7th fret, back to 5th fret on the A string. And then this is just a weird bend thing. This is really more out of feel than specific notes. It's on the 5th fret on the B string. So you kind of just sort of... So it bends up, and then there's 6... You pick it again, you sort of pick it as you come down, and it's sort of pull off to that B string. Then you go on the 2nd fret on the B string. And you just sort of bend it a little bit like that, just kind of up to that D note. Now this next one is done like a lot of pinched harmonics are going on here. So I'll give you the notes on the left hand, but It's just a lot of pinched harmonics, just so try and get this one to just sound close. So after you do, this is as close as I can get it. There's a video of Alex showing how to play this, and I don't think he's showing it exactly the way he does it. This is my closest way that I can get it. This really heavy pinched harmonic. So I'm doing a lot of really heavy pinched harmonics with distortion. Sounds really kind of cool. Get that after you do that riff, then we're up here on the 9th fret. Really, it's just a pull off from the 12th to the 9th. And then the ring finger's covering on the 12th fret on the B string. 10th fret, 12th fret, B string, 10th fret, and then the 10th fret on the E string. Now I do this the way he did it, this next part. On the studio album, he's since just sort of changed this on the live album. I played in the studios, I think it's cooler, I don't know why he changed it. But this bend here is played way up here. This is with your finger here on the 22nd fret. So you bend it up the 12th on 22nd fret, and then on the G string on the 21st fret. And then I bend again on the B string on the 22nd fret. And then he plays this thing here. This is on the 16th, 17th, and 19th fret. He just goes back and forth. And he bends on the 19th, and then you just sort of bend it. You bend your way out of the solo. And then you come back. And then, off to the drum solo land. So if you learn how to play Tom Sawyer, I hope this helps you out. So don't forget to subscribe, click the like button below, do click on the bell for more notifications, and be sure to download Guitar Finger Gymnastics. It's in the link below, you can't miss it, to get those fingers working really, really good. So thanks for watching, I'll catch you on the next one. Rock on.